Good morning. GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to the National Outlook on Tuesday, March 9th. I trust you've had a good start to the week, work week, school week, online, whatever. We are struggling on a number of fronts in this country. Socially, crime. Internationally, our neighbor Venezuela, eyeing the Creolese, eyeing we ting, eyeing our treasures full the eye. And we have the oil that apparently has filled the eyes of our political leaders. They failed us. Last year, a tainted lady, came from Canada, and we persisted with her. Notice I said we. We allowed the government to persist with her. The PPP government persisted with her. A report was promised within a month. Now it's 5 months later. As you should know by now, I really am not engaged in talking about oil on this little program, this 5-minute program. But I've got to, because so much is at stake. The president promised transparency. The responsible minister promised release of the report. The Honorable Vice President went to great pains in October, I think October 2nd, which is just over 5 months ago, if I have that right, to say these documents will be forthcoming. It's been said, why make a promise if you're going to break it? I say you make promises that you know that you have no intention, none at all, of delivering, of honoring. So here we are. I am talking about it, the newspapers are reporting about it, and nothing is happening. Nothing is doing. So we talk and we move on. We talk about it today, and then somebody get raped in the streets, and that occupies our attention. The Venezuelans fly some fighter jets, and that distracts us. That occupies our rum shops, our offices, our villages, our fences, and we are content with that. The oil, which is our present and our future, how is it being managed? What are the reports saying, whether Payara or whichever? What are they saying? Let our wise men in this country go through them. I always say, if there is nothing to fear, there is nothing to conceal. So I think that this has gone so far that there is no choice but to keep playing the fool. Our leaders playing the fool, and in so doing, make utter fools of us. And we are happy to do that. We are good. We can be counted to be good to do our part, docilely, heedlessly, thoughtlessly. And that has become a characteristic of Guyanese, this indifference, this nonchalance, where we should be focused on the things that matter to us. The oil, lots of money being borrowed against it. It's not being said as yet. Yes, we heard about borrowing, but lots of money is being borrowed of it, or against it. But we are being told nothing about it other than Exxon is producing, it's flaring, and it's going about its business as normal. In the United States, Exxon went so far as to go to the SEC to block its own shareholders from putting forward climate change resolutions. Now, we're not talking about people who own 100 shares of Exxon Mobil. We are talking about hedge fund managers, investment managers, portfolio managers, along the likes of D.E. Shaw, a powerhouse, and other places. Fidelity. I used to work for Fidelity for about 5 years. So at the time, climate change wasn't any big deal. It is today, and I could remember some women going out in the streets and picketing in Boston, where I lived for a while, to say, you better shed those investments you have in things that are related to alligator skins. Now, we're not going to buy the funds, we're not going to buy the products, the handbags and the shoes and whatever else. So that was about 20 years ago. And here it is today that Exxon is looking to block its own billion-dollar, multi-million shareholders, right? Shares, owners of shares, from putting on the table climate change resolutions. What do you think they're going to do with this place? This backward place, this divided place, this corrupt place? As a matter of fact, they don't have to do very much, because I think they've already compromised our leaders, which is why they engage in these continuing secrecies, why they have to hesitate. The opposition is in on this as far as I'm concerned. That's why it has got nothing to say, right? So, but our position has to be, this is our wealth, this is our treasure, this is our land. Well, whatever we're going to have after the Venezuelans leave us with what they take. And they are going to take something. Make no mistake about that. So we've got to decide. We're going to uphold the secrecy, or we're going to be appalled at what is anything but transparency with oil and with everything else. Until the next time, this is GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for joining me on the National Outlook.